What is colour? Colour is an essential element to storytelling as it separates space and time or creates atmosphere. Colour is a subtle tool allowing its audience to be transported into a new world. From the moment Dorothy first steps into the Technicolor world of Oz, the role of colour became evident. Hand tinting colour was the first attempt in producing colour within film. It was a tedious technique of painting colour directly onto the film using fine brushes. Audiences were transported to the moon long before man's first step. Film pioneer George Méliès made a great leap for mankind in colour effects, capturing naturalistic colour in his 14-minute film in 1902. Méliès hired 21 women to hand tint his films. As the audience's demand for colour cinematography extended, Charles Pathé mechanised the development of colouring film using stencil colouring, or Pathé colour. Once the invention was introduced, hand tinting was abandoned. Stencil colouring is identified through the sharp outlines of coloured area in Pathé's 1905 film Eccentric Waltz. First major venture into capturing colour naturally in motion capture came in 1908 by George Albert Smith and Charles Urban through the invention of the Kinemacolor. The additive colour process operated by altering red and green filters over the shutter of the camera. Kinemacolor's initial big hit was Dauber at Delhi. Kinemacolor proved that there was a market for colour cinematography as numerous companies attempted to establish consecutive colour additive techniques, but this demonstrated to be too technically challenging to implement. The first true success for colour film came in 1922 with Technicolor's two-strip subtractive system. Constructed by J.A. Ball, the technology used a beam splitter within the camera. The light split into two black and white negatives, dyeing one red and the other green. The two negatives were cemented together to form a positive image. The first film seen using this technique was The Toll of the Sea. The film grossed over $250,000, making the two-strip technique an instant hit. The limitations of only having two coloured filters meant an inadequate appearance of the complete colour spectrum, unable to render blue to violet hues. In 1932, the three-strip Technicolor camera was created, running three negatives simultaneously. Directly behind the lens was a beam-splitting prism. In its centre was a gold-flicked semi-perspirant mirror which allowed the light to be divided. Half the light would travel through a green record and the other would be reflected 90 degrees through a blue and red film strip in bipack. This innovation was technically superior to anything that had come before it, thus the camera cost $30,000 a piece. When shooting in Technicolor, the production received a crew, the film, and a Technicolor consultant as well as the camera. Hollywood majors shrieked at the cost of the process, so Technicolors offered its services to a small company known as Walt Disney. Flowers in the Trees and The Three Little Pigs were a huge success and won Oscars for Best Animation. Within live-action films, colour was used to enhance climatic action sequences. This is seen in short film La Cucaracha for winning an Academy Award for Best Live Action in 1934. The first commercially successful Technicolor film was The Garden of Allah in 1936. Similarly, Adventures of Robin Hood in 1938 won 3 Academy Awards for its aesthetic use in colour. The golden year of Hollywood, 1939, was a year for Technicolor. The Wizard of Oz demonstrated a vast scale and rich vibrancy that Technicolor had to offer, showing off an enchanted land with ruby red slippers, a yellow brick road, an emerald green city, and a horse of changing colours. Gone with the Wind was the first to use Technicolor's fast, fine-grained film stock. It was a major breakthrough, combining colour and tonal elements of light and shadow, reducing over half the lighting required. Technicolor continued to strive by creating the monopack in 1941, compacting the three-strip process into one strip of film. A film that used this innovation was the 1943 production Lassie Come Home. Around the 1950s, innovators discovered a more economic development in producing three-strip colour films. So by the 1960s, Eastman Colour had outshone Technicolor by not requiring specific lighting and could be used in any standard film camera. Film industry continued to explore different methods of capturing natural colour within movies. As technology developed, so did the process of bringing colour to our screens. The invention of computers allowed for selective colour manipulation. Digital intermediary is first seen in 2000 in Oh Brother Where Art Thou, toning down the lush green foliage to create a desaturated look. Post-production filmmaking tools moved into a digital realm, making the creative possibilities endless. Through years of exploration and experimentation, pioneers have unlocked human sympathetic and sensual exchange of emotions with movies. It is easy to say that colour film is one of the most beautiful and eye-catching technical innovations in the world. Colour can affect us on such an intrinsic level and provides context to storytelling.